We've seen an awful lot of Kanye West's wife, Bianca Sansari, during their Italian trip, thanks to her rather revealing outfits.
Looks like Kanye West's wife Bianca is showing too much skin for some of the citizens in Italy.
She freely walked around the city barefooted.
Apparently Kanye didn't notice his butt was out, or maybe he just didn't care.
People want them to get kicked out of the country.
Kim thinks that something is clearly not right with her ex. She's so embarrassed and worried for him.
Kim Kardashian is embarrassed and worried for Kanye West. Recently, he was spotted in Italy with his bare butt out. His controversial wife was lounging all over him, and it almost appeared that these two were hooking up in public. Kim Kardashian is devastated and disgusted by Kanye's behavior, so let's get into it. Just as you think that Kanye West is disappearing into the background, he reappears with a new scandal. And honestly, I did not expect him to have his butt out and his wife enjoying a very intimate ride in a boat in Venice in front of a bunch of people. You could see his whole behind, and at some point it seemed like she was doing something to him, if you know what I'm trying to say. Reports read that Kanye has been caught flashing his bare behind during a very amorous boat ride with his wife. They actually upset a lot of the local people because you can see that his wife isn't wearing much, and it doesn't seem like he cares about his whole backside showing. I mean, at some point it seemed like she was performing some oral something on him.
Ho chiesto ora.
We all know that Kanye isn't shy when it comes to scandal, and it seems like his wife is all about it. They are in another country and they need to respect the culture, because out there, the Catholic Church is having issues with her outfits because they are so risque. She's wearing these tight bodysuits that are nude color, and it seems like it's a form of public indecency. They did have on jackets before they got onto the boat ride, but once they got onto the boat ride, they started to strip, and at some point, his wife had her elbow on his knees, and it looked very suggestive. They did have another friend with them on this boat ride, but it seemed like she spent most of the time hanging out with the captain and gave this couple their privacy. It does seem like Kanye has actually been in Italy for a minute now, because his wife continues to get in trouble with the public as far as her outfits, pretty much showing off her chest. And you know, I thought Europe was pretty progressive when it came to those things, but they're really pushing the whole Catholic, public indecency. So I guess this is just too far.
We've seen an awful lot of Kanye West's wife, Bianca Sansari, during their Italian trip, thanks to her rather revealing outfits. But now Kanye's the one showing serious skin. The two hopped on a water taxi, and that's when things got cheeky, as Kanye's entire backside was exposed as he tried to sit near the back of the vessel. Apparently Kanye didn't notice his butt was out, or maybe he just didn't care, because he didn't really do anything to hide it. Bianca's been quite the opposite, leaving little to the imagination with her outfits. In fact, it appears she might have taken a pointer or two from looks Kim Kardashian has shown off in the past. Kanye's been totally out of the fashion world since his repeated attacks against Jewish people. Unclear if he plans to make any sort of comeback.
So maybe she's trying to copy Kim Kardashian, but at the same time, she's going even further than Kim ever went. It actually looks like she could get fined for this and could even be sentenced to jail, because if they're exposing themselves in front of minors, then that gets controversial. So she does need to be considerate, because I think that they've got their eyes on them. And honestly, looking at outfits like this, I can kind of tell why they're upset, especially because they are a famous couple. So there are a lot of people paying attention to them and taking photos, and they're getting a lot of attention, and her outfits alone are doing the most.
When you get close to Kanye West, you're most likely going to start dressing like him. Recently, his wife Bianca Sansari was spotted in Italy wearing black leggings and no shoes. She freely walked around the city barefooted. The 28-year-old Australian Yeezy architect seemed exhausted as she was seen heading into the car.
And this hasn't just been a couple of times where she's pissed off the Italian people, because there have been multiple outfits that have stirred up a bunch of hate for this couple. It seems like the locals are ready for them to leave, because they got in trouble last week for an outfit that Kanye's wife was wearing, which was pretty much see-through. It was white mesh, and officials were commenting on whether it's even legal to have clothing like this. It's interesting to see how Kanye is so concerned about his daughter, North, being exposed to these things, yet his wife is out here pretty much walking the streets nude. Of course, all this is being blasted over social media, and people have their comments. For example, this person wrote, "I'm sorry, but these two always look absolutely ridiculous. They're always dressed like toddlers running around outside in socks and undies." Another person writes, "I just don't understand how it's legal. If I went anywhere like that, I'm sure I'd be arrested." Another person writes, "Seems like an extreme way to get attention. Someone should tell her it's a very unflattering look, very tacky and disrespectful behavior." This person commented, "Her and her husband, they both need help. Pray they get help before someone gets hurt." But either way, Kanye's wife, Bianca Sansari, isn't fazed. I mean, she went out in some of the same pieces that she got in trouble with. I mean, she had like these nude leggings on, and the day after, or a few days after she got caught up and got in trouble for wearing those, she was seen in them again. So really, this couple could care less what the locals think of their fashion choices.
Looks like Kanye West's wife Bianca is showing too much skin for some of the citizens in Italy because people want them to get kicked out of the country. The couple has been seen traveling around Italy for the past month, and some of Bianca's outfits are pretty out there. She's not leaving much to the imagination, and it's pissing some people off. Keep in mind that Kanye is likely styling Bianca like he's done with his past relationships. And according to the Daily Mail, Bianca was forced to cover her chest area with a bag during one of the outings. People on social media are over it. One person says, "How about police in every country arrest anyone who is nude? It's called indecency. Tired of being forced to see nude women, and should be illegal for children to see this." Another person says, "I hope Italy kicks them both out of the country. They don't need this pair polluting it." And this person points out that it was completely disrespectful to a conservative Catholic culture. The Italians should have kicked them out. There's a lot of reactions on social media, but some people don't see the issue, while others find it completely disrespectful to dress in that sort of way. Kanye and Bianca will probably continue to dress how they want to, but let me know your thoughts down below.
It's not just Bianca who's super worried about her outfits, because Kanye is as well. Actually, he was caught up taking off his shirt to do an outfit change in the middle of the street in front of everyone. So I don't know what it is about these people and their clothing, but it's really a big part of their identity, and they love to piss people off. One thing that really bothers me about this couple is the fact that they keep going around town not wearing any shoes, which is not only just like gross, but they're in big cities where there's glass on the ground and these cobblestone roads. I mean, why are they walking barefoot? It's definitely not a great fashion choice. And even at Travis Scott's Utopia concert, Kanye showed up without any shoes on. Because a lot of this behavior is catching headlines, of course, Kim Kardashian has her feelings. Kim Kardashian desperately embarrassed by ex-Kanye West after this moment on a boat where his whole behind was showing. The Kardashian star, who was married to Kanye from 2014 through 2022, reportedly believes that something clearly isn't right with Kanye, who is vacationing with his wife. Kim doesn't know how she will explain it to all of their kids. Kim has been so worried about the new pics that have come out with Bianca. Like, how does she tell them? And I mean, that's a good point. How do you tell your kids, like, yeah, daddy's like, I mean, I guess his pants were just falling down, but he clearly knew what was going on. Another source shared that Kim is embarrassed and worried for him. He's wandering around barefoot with champagne in the street. Something clearly isn't right. Another source shared that it's hard for Kim because as soon as she thinks she can move on, something like this happens and she's pulled back into it. And it seems like even Bianca's outfit choices and those headlines are bothering her. She'd rather put it behind her and forget all about it.
Something that we do know about Kim and Kanye, despite their differences, despite their divorce, Kim has always given Kanye the benefit of the doubt when it comes to being the father of their children. No matter what, she will never keep him away from her kids. And at the same time, she will not air her dirty laundry to their kids and try to turn them against their father. After all of these pictures surfaced, The Sun is reporting that Kim does not know how she's going to explain Kanye out of this one. The insider said that Kim thinks that something is clearly not right with her ex and that she's so embarrassed and worried for him. They also noted how Kim thinks it's bizarre that Kanye and Bianca have been walking around the streets of Italy barefoot. The source also noted that it's gotten really difficult for Kim because as soon as she thinks that she's moved on, something like this pulls her back in that she has to deal with.
Now, I don't think Kim is the only person out there that believes that there's something wrong with Kanye, because I think his wife, Bianca, also believes that there's something wrong with him. And that's because she recently declared special power of attorney over Kanye, which means she's essentially going to have power over his assets and what he does with them. This gives her the ability to manage his personal and financial affairs as she takes control of his comeback. This actually all went down back in March, so they've moved on very quickly, but I mean, he was pretty much crying for help with all the nasty comments he was putting on social media, and nobody wanted to work with him. A source also claims that she will likely have further legal responsibilities. So maybe Bianca is trying to put him in a conservatorship, which you guys know he's super scared about that happening.
Here is a blind item about Kanye West and Bianca Sansari and how Britney Spears' former manager Lou Taylor is involved. Speaking of the business manager, I don't think it would shock anyone to know that she had a big part into introducing this former A-plus list rapper to his girlfriend, who now has power of attorney over his life. And this is again allegedly Kanye West, Bianca Sansari, and Lou Taylor. And the related headline reads, Kanye West reportedly preparing to drop new music. The noise surrounding a potential new Kanye West album has continued to grow louder and louder. On Friday, August 25th, though, thanks to the most reputable source on the matter thus far, it looks incredibly likely that rumors will soon manifest into material. According to NBC News, which received corroborating reports from two trusted sources, new music from West is imminent. While they could not confirm if it would be a full album or when it would arrive, NBC sources claimed they were present in the studio with West and his wife Bianca Sansari while these plans were hatched and while the music was being played. A new LP from West would be his first official studio project since Donda in 2021.
Every time I hear Lou Taylor's name, I get worried because she was allegedly the person who put Britney Spears in a conservatorship. So if she's now working with Bianca and Kanye, seems like he's headed down that route. In addition, it seems like Bianca's already moving around some of his deeds and investments to different companies, which I think is a big move for someone who's his quote wife, not even a real wife. That's why every article puts it in quotes. So maybe Kanye does need some type of platform to speak out on, because I need him to tell us that he's okay, because it doesn't seem like anything in his life is going right. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye, guys.